Now last class we had concluded on this, so you can see the different units of time is given here. I hope it was clear to you. Now Earth has been split into two different time zones. So we have morning in one part of the earth and night in other part. Now measuring speed. In the beginning of the chapter we had studied the topic how to measure speed. So distance traveled by an object in respect to time is known as speed. So we have to calculate the speed by measuring the distance traveled and time taken to travel that distance. So one activity is given here. You remember we had done this similar activity in beginning of the chapter. So we make a group of 5 people and draw a straight line on the ground with a white chalk and let your friend roll a ball along the ground in straight line. So we'll note the time at the instant the ball crosses the line and when it comes to rest. So we have to calculate the time interval during which the ball covers this distance. So what was the formula for calculating speed? Speed is equal to distance traveled by time taken. So we'll get the speed of the rolling ball and then we'll calculate the speed. So one table is given here. We'll do it later on. Now graphical representation of motion. Earlier also I have sent some graphs in the beginning of the chapter. So in the beginning of the chapter we had read about motion and different types of graph. So in maths also you have read different types of graphs like bar graph, pie charts, etc. Histogram and line graphs. So motion is also represented graphically and this is known as distance time graphs. So when the distance is traced or observed with respect to time, that type of graph is known as distance time graph. And that is plotted on x-axis and y-axis. So first is distance time graph of a stationary object. Suppose a car travels a certain distance and then stops. So distance travel at various instants is given here, time is given here. So we have to plot the data on the xy graph. So you can see this is the simplest graph. Distance on x-axis and time on y-axis. So for an object which stops after moving a certain distance, so this is a straight line parallel to the x-axis or the time axis. Now when we look at a distance time graph with a straight line parallel to time axis, we instantly come to know that the instant of the object is not changing but remains the same with time. So that is known as constant. The speed of a stationary object is 0. Therefore the graph with a straight line parallel to time tells that the speed is also 0. Now distance time graph in uniform motion. Again you can see a table is given here. Suppose the motion of a cyclist is observed every 15 minutes on the road. The distance traveled from 9:30 am is observed and noted down in the table. So when we plot the data on the xy plane, we get the following graph. So on one side, x side we are plotting distance covered and y side we are having time. So this is known as distance time graph. So thus from the graph we see a straight line inclined to x-axis or time axis. So this tells that distance traveled is directly proportional to time. Now the inclination or the slope of the inclined straight line gives the speed of the object. Steeper the line or higher the slope, greater is the speed. So different examples are given. Just now I am explaining, then I am sending related video, then it will be more clear to you. A number of examples are given here. We'll do that in the next class.